Welcome to the Spooky Scary Show. We are two friends in two different states who discuss all things spooky, scary, and just downright strange. We read new stories every week. If you would like to suggest a topic or submit a paranormal story, email us at spookyscaryshow@gmail.com and follow us on Instagram and Facebook for spooky facts and updates.
Hello, Ghosties and Pinky.
Hello.
Did you like that ASMR experience brought to you by Odelius?
It was beautiful. Music.
Music?
It's an art.
Yes. I hope it brought the chills. It brought all the cool vibes. I hate it.
But you are a fantastic human being.
Yeah.
You are worth it.
Pet you with a brush. In reality, listeners are just like, please stop, make it go away.
That was not a very pleasant noise. It'll be my ASMR, but it'll just be like me vaping for 25 minutes.
Hit him with the good old vape, Pinky.
Oh, that was loud. You still have eardrums? Sorry.
We should put like a headphone, like disclaimer, warning.
I'll turn it down in the final editing.
That's great. Anywho, sir, I did actually want to do a couple of shout-outs. Well, first, I want to ask you, Pinky, how do you think we were back in high school?
Obnoxious?
Would you say we were a couple of cool cats?
No.
Well...
Maybe we thought we were, but...
God, we're freaking idiots. Well, shout out to Rafe, who we went to high school with, and he hit us up and was like, yo, you keep doing your thing, I think it's that super sick, and all, I thought you guys were like the coolest people ever, and I'm like, whoa, what? Shout out, it's cool?
I'm sure he'll like that impersonation of himself.
Hell yeah. That's how he gets out of beaches. And then I also wanted to shout out, my other friends, Abernasty Jones and her sister, Kat, who Abby told me Kat loves the show. It cracks her up all the time, which really kind of made me feel good because I'm like, I say stupid shit and I hope it's funny. I don't really have a filter. So you guys are the MVPs. Thank you for your feedback.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Get the people going. And also... by popular demand, I do have a few requests for us to get Twitter, because people hate Facebook and they'd much rather use Twitter, so I'm kind of debating. I know, but I mean, I'd rather, or we could just start our own, like, Reddit forum, if we haven't already. That'd be cool.
We do have a Reddit, but...
Oh!
Yeah, I made a Reddit for us.
Oh. Well, I need to
we
start
also
posting.
have a website that I don't know what to do with. Like, we have the domain name, so...
Yeah, boy!
I could either, like, link it to something. It'd be nice to be able to have a web page, but...
yeah.
Funds are low.
Yeah. That's right. If you want to support the channel, hit up the Patreon.
Yep.
But, yeah, we'll get there. And also, t-shirt demand, which I think is going to be... sick as balls.
What?
Just to, like, make t-shirts.
Oh, yeah. I've been thinking about it.
I think we should. I
think just our little us walking logo with, like, Spooky Scary Show underneath it would be real cool. I'd rock a t-shirt like that.
Hell yeah! Or, like, with the little zombie guy and then the other guy, like the cute little characters. You know,
I like
the...
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good.
I like the ghost, that, like, translucent ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would be cool on a shirt.
I also need to hit up Anthony. Shout out to Anthony, who made all of our little logos and designs and everything. I need him to make an alien and then like a little saucer 1, 2.
Yeah, that'd be cute.
Yeah, maybe we can get him to design some t-shirt comms and then TBD. We'll see from there. Alrighty.
So, you don't sound sick anymore. You sounded like crap yesterday.
I know! I slept for like 12 hours last night. I woke up in like a pool of sweat. Oh, I also woke up at 3:33 a.m.
Nope.
Yeah, which is generally the witching hour, but if you also see, like, duplicated numbers, it's also, like, a sign that your guardian angel could be looking out for you, but still kind of creepy.
Isn't 3:33 like a good thing, though? That's, like, why 666 is bad, because it's, like, 3:33 is when Jesus came back to life or something. I don't know.
Oh.
Like, and then they took that good thing and made it into 666 because of 3:33.
Oh, shit! Probably.
I might be completely, totally making stuff up.
I like
Who
it.
knows?
I'm gonna keep it.
Okay.
I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But, yeah, I think I just kind of slept it off and then sweated it out. And I hear your throat's kind of hurting you.
I have monster tonsils, so they're always full of crap.
Would you ever get them removed?
No. Maybe if I had to. My dad did when he was older. He had to get them removed. That scares me a lot. I have weird, like, anxiety about choking in my throat, and that would just be horrible for me.
It could also be because of your tonsils, too. That is kind of, like, behind that fear, you know, a little bit.
Maybe, like, because when I was little, I used to get strep throat so bad that they would, like, touch when I would swallow and shit.
Oh my god.
I got some big honkin' tonsils.
Big honkin' tonsils. I hope you feel better, and I hope it doesn't get that bad.
Me too. There's been, like, confirmed flu testing of the kids that I work with. Like, great, fantastic. I love that you cough on me every day.
Especially with that new plague outbreak. Am I right?
Plague?
Yeah.
You talking about the Kung flu?
Yeah.
The coronavirus?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I was watching a documentary on Netflix about how we're due for our next massive plague hit, and then, like, all of a sudden all this stuff with China is, like, getting a lot of, like, limelight right now, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I try not to worry too much, because it seems like they always do that. There's always, like, some big thing you should be afraid of, and I just try not to worry about it, unless it's Ebola. I'm very scared of Ebola. Holy shit, have you ever seen the show, Quarantine?
No, I've heard of it, though.
Oh my god, it's a fantastic show. I ugly cried at the end of it, and things don't usually get me, you know, but that show got me. And that virus reminds me of the Ebola virus. Like, you bleed out of your orifices, and, like, your internal organs fail and shit. And, like, 50% of people who get it die. Yeah. Ebola's nothing to fuck around with.
Yeah. Yep, and it's so, like, easily, like, passed on or whatever. I don't know, man. Huge shout out to all, like, those doctors and nurses that, like, go over, you know, to different countries and, you know, risk their lives to, like, save other people and villages and everything. So you guys are the real MVPs, man.
For real. Hell no.
Hell no. Alrighty, well, speaking of a lot of nopes, what is this month's episode?
This episode today that we're recording is Haunted Headlines. We're gonna read you some funky news stories that we've collected from the month of January, and sometimes not, but mostly from January.
Yep. I do have to say that January has been pretty dry, but I think I got a few good ones in there. I have one really funny one I can't wait to share. But
I'm excited. Alright, my first one is Mystery drones spotted across Nebraska. No one knows who is operating these large drones, seen flying in groups overhead in the evenings. I'm so creeped out. It's so scary to think that these drones can just fly and do whatever they want, and there's nothing we can do about it, says Devin Grosser, near Gibbon. That one is probably about a 4-foot drone, and these definitely look like the wingspan is a lot wider on them, says Sean Sullivan, near Wallace. Sometimes 1 or 2 are seen, but other times groups of up to 20 have been reported.
What the hell?
Yeah. People I spoke to report the drones have a flashing red or green colored light from the best estimations fly around 200 feet high. Damn. Some have even saw the drones land in a field or a yard. Sean saw them near Wallace, just south of North Platte. You start seeing one, then pretty soon you start seeing them flying around in a grid pattern straight east to west, says Sean. The sightings began in Colorado and seem to be working their way east. I spoke to Devin from Gibbon, that's just east of Kearney. She and her husband have spent a couple evenings spotting the drones with local deputies. The sheriff stood out there with us for probably another 20 to 30 minutes, and the 3 of us were pointing them out to each other, says Devin. So far, no one knows who's operating them. The Chase County Sheriff's Office says they have been in contact with the Department of Homeland Security, FAA, and FBI.
Yikes.
What the drones are doing isn't exactly illegal. Believe it or not, the airspace is considered a public thoroughfare, says Vic Moss, co-owner of Drone U. Your land is defined by property lines, and it's up to you to decide who you want to allow on it. There are no property rights when it comes to the air. On a related note, you cannot shoot down a drone for more than one reason. Basically, they have lithium-ion batteries, and it will set shit on fire if you do that, so...
Dang.
Law enforcement says you should just report it if you see it, and it just remains a mystery for now. A bunch of people on my Nebraska pages are, like, freaking out about it.
Really? Well, Pinky, you're from Nebraska, aren't ya?
Yeah, I am. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but...
Right? It's probably just, like, a bunch of, like, hobbyists or something, like, doing, like, little formations or, like, a little club. I don't know.
Drones are crazy, yo.
People like to freak out, though.
Yeah. Spooky scary. Not really.
Yeah, it's kind of like... It is weird. I bet it's aliens.
A mystery. It could be.
They're like, I'm going to disguise ourselves as drones. At least the humans recognize it, but they won't know it's us. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to like my next one, but you go.
Okay. So, this one, I think this one happened back in December, but it's just so funny. So, this headline is, Arizona man charged with robbery for burrito heist. An Arizona man who allegedly stole another man's burrito earlier this month was arrested and charged with robbery, according to the police. Timothy Bell, a 29-year-old homeless man, was in Phoenix on November 16th, so there you go, when he supposedly threatened a man on the street around 8:40 p.m. and took his Mexican food by force.
No, just let him have it, gosh.
No! The victim called 911 as Bell fled, according to the court documents published by KPHO TV, and followed the suspect until he was taken into custody by authorities. When Bell was stopped by the police, they found on him a wrapper from the burrito he stole. The stolen item was listed as a burrito of a value less than $1,000.
Are you serious? Someone tries to come and steal a burrito from me. I'm giving him my burrito and like $10 so he can go buy some fucking food. Are you serious?
I know. Obviously he was hungry, but he was booked at the Maricopa County Jail on a felony robbery charged on no bond, and then, you know, his arraignment was December 6th, but...
Was it a felony robbery charge of Chipotle?
Probably.
Taco Bell felony robbery charge? Oh, God. Okay. Next, I have... Mysterious radio signal is coming from a nearby galaxy, scientists announce.
Ooh! Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Bursts of energy appear to be coming from a galaxy similar to our own, say astronomers. Together, the findings could help solve the mystery of fast radio bursts. Unexplained, very intense blasts of energy that are being sent through the universe, and could be the result of anything from unknown natural phenomena to alien life, scientists have speculated.
Ooh!
Astronomers have been hunting for the source of fast radio bursts, or FRBs, for more than a decade. Over that time, they have detected hundreds of signals, though pinpointed very few. The search is difficult in part because they last for just milliseconds and could come from anywhere in the sky, making detailed examination of them incredibly difficult. Astronomers have so far managed to find the precise sources of 4 of the bursts. Now they have managed to locate another in a nearby galaxy, taking the total to 5.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they are perhaps more excited about the nature of the galaxy that is sending them out. It appears to be similar to our own, they say. Are aliens sending us messages from light years away?
Yes!
Identifying the host galaxy for FRBs is critical to tell us about what kind of environments FRBs live in, and thus what might actually be producing FRBs, said Sarah Burke Spolator? Ooh. Spolator. Assistant Professor of Physics and Astronomy and co-author on Newspaper in Nature. This is a question for which scientists are still grasping at straws. That discovery adds further mystery to the question of where FRBs are coming from. The first of the blasts came from a tiny galaxy made up of metals and newly formed stars, which led scientists to suggest they might be the result of the kind of stars found there, but that would not apply to the newly found galaxy. That means astronomers would have to consider other explanations of how FRBs are generated and might suggest there are multiple origins.
Mm-hmm.
The newly discovered source, named FRB 180916, is only 500 million light years from Earth and much nearer than the other bursts have been found in the past.
Only.
Only 500 million.
That's it, nothing with space-time continuum.
It is 7 times closer than the only other repeating burst that has been tracked down. That could allow for further study of the bursts that could give further clues about where the bursts are coming from, scientists said.
That's crazy. So they don't think it's like stars exploding or anything.
It doesn't sound like it. I wonder if we send these out. Do we, send out radio bursts for that purpose? I think we do. I think we have, a running transmission. We've also sent out, pods full of stuff in, different languages and...
And, the Beatles. We sent, music out or something with, the Beatles. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
So cool. Damn. That's crazy.
Hella.
Mine is a little dark. Missing Polish farmer feared dead, believed to have been eaten by pigs.
Oh, God.
Polish investigators fear a pig farmer, last seen on December 31st, may have been devoured by his own livestock after a neighbor discovered bones on the property, reports say. Right? Lubin District Prosecutor Magdalena Serafin told the news I ain't even going to try, friends. I'm sorry. That remains believed to be that of the farmer, who was said to be in his 70s, were found 8 days after the man was last seen on his farm in Lubin, a town about 260 miles west of Warsaw. According to the news, the body was almost entirely eaten, with just a few bones and skull fragments remaining. and I quote, "We don't know the exact date, but in the period between December 31st and January 8th, the victim was eaten by pigs." Seraphin said, according to a translation. A neighbor reportedly called law enforcement after discovering the remains of a man while going to go fetch water from a well nearby. It was not immediately clear how the man died. Officials suspect either a heart attack or a fall, but it reportedly was clear that the pigs fed on him. The animals were said to simply roam freely throughout the yard.
Yikes. Hopefully he was actually dead before he got eaten.
I know! I mean, that's so
Pigs
freaky.
are rugged.
They are.
They give no fucks.
Mm-mm. They're like, I mean, at least goats kind of care a little bit, but I don't know, man. You don't eat bacon, so hopefully they don't sell those pigs off for bacon or whatever.
Oh.
Ooh.
Poor piggies. Even though they're vicious.
Yeah, they'll eat your ass.
They're like crocodiles.
Right? And leave no remains.
Farm crocs. Okay, so this next story gave me like this really weird deja vu. I don't know if I've read it before or if we've read it, if you've read it, but I mean, if we've read it before, oh well. I forgot about it and it shocked me still, so. People searching through abandoned house discover horrifying booby trap.
Oh, fuck that. That's probably just a bunch of teenagers being assholes.
Oh, God. When you think of booby traps, you think Indiana Jones or Home Alone. It's the stuff of fiction, and people don't usually set traps for intruders with too much time on their hands, right? Mm-hmm. Well, a bunch of real estate agents got the shock of their lives when they were inspecting a property in the U.S. What was supposed to be a routine inspection of a rundown building turned into a shocking experience which could have ended much worse. As the people were looking through the Philadelphia place, which was littered with rubbish and broken glass, they discovered that there was an odd-looking wire extending up through the staircase.
Oh, God.
They followed it and noticed it was attached to a horrifying booby trap that could have been set off when you climbed the stairs.
Oh, God. Thing is intense, guys. Like, this is, like, the sharpest, biggest, like, shank ever. Unless it's, like...
On, like, a crutch.
Yeah.
So, like, the crutch falls.
Oh, yeah. Dang.
One of the guys grabbed a piece of wood, obviously not keen to go himself, and tapped on the wooden stairs, hoping to set off the deadly-looking contraption. Sure enough, a massive knife swung down and stopped right about where someone would have been walking.
That thing would have gone like your fucking forehead. At least this guy's forehead.
You can hear someone yell out, that would have fucking straight up killed you right in your fucking head.
Oh my God, I'm psychic!
You're not wrong, mate. Ari Miller, who posted the video on Facebook, told Philly Voice, as a property manager, I see some crazy things. This is by far the craziest. Miller's associate, Ekrem Usler, added, luckily we stopped one of our guys before he walked into the wire. The whole thing was pretty crazy. That might make you think twice the next time you walk through an abandoned house. Most people reckon that if it's run down, the only thing that could scare them would be a creepy crawly. A YouTuber recently found out that she could find something a lot creepier than that.
What the fuck is that? Is that a shark?
Uh-huh.
What?
As he walked through an abandoned wildlife park in Victoria, Australia, and casually came across a massive shark carcass sitting in a vat of formaldehyde.
Oh, shit.
The bloke who toured the building said the park was officially closed in 2012 because the owners couldn't get a license to showcase animals, alive or dead.
Ooh.
Apparently, once word got around that there was a 5-meter-long shark just chilling in a tank for anyone to see, people took the piss and nearly destroyed it. There's a video floating around of someone throwing a TV into the tank and using a hammer to try and smash the glass.
Why? Are you trying to, like, drown yourself in formaldehyde? Because that's like a pool. God, people are so stupid.
5 meters, that's like 16 feet, I think.
Jesus. And if that all spills out, bitch, you're gonna drown for, like, a second. But, like, ugh. Oh, I hate it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Thanks, I hate it.
Now I'm, like, all sketched out about It would suck to run into a booby trap.
Yeah, dude. That's so fluffed up. Or even, like, the shark thing. You're just, like, walking, and then all of a sudden you see glowing green liquid that looks like something out of a cartoon, and then, like, this giant, like, shark silhouette. Like, what the fuck?
That's creepy as fuck. That's a big-ass tank, too.
Yeah.
Poor shark.
Oh. So, for this next one, Pinky, do you watch any anime, or do you like anime?
Not really.
Okay. Well.
I like Death Note.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. That's a classic one. Well, I bet you $5 hairs that these people in my next story watched a lot of anime. And you guys will see why. This article is, Kansas man asks judge to let him engage in sword fight with ex-wife.
Oh, boy. I mean, I don't see a problem. Go on.
Right, you know? A Kansas man has requested that an Iowa judge grant him a trial by combat so he can engage in a sword fight with his ex-wife and her attorney, according to the reports. Nani? Which means what? But, you know, fine. Anyways. So the husband's name is David, and he's 40 years old, said that his ex-wife, Bridget, who is 38 years old, and her attorney, Matthew, have destroyed him legally. He asked the Iowa District Court to give him 12 weeks to find a katana.
Oh my god.
And a Wazakashi swords for his requested battle, per the Carroll Times, which first reported the request.
Lord, that's a long time to find a sword. You 12 weeks to find a katana?
It has to be perfect, you know? You just gotta make sure it just slices the head off clean.
He's gotta get it forged by that guy in Kill Bill that... What's that guy's name? Have you seen Kill Bill?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Like Heeeey Ghosties or something like that.
Like handmade, you know, blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah,
he's gotta, like,
stopped
train
making them. Oh, yeah.
And you gotta find, like, the perfect, like, kimono, yo. Like, you can't just, like, go up there, you know, with, like, a normal jacket. Like, you gotta be dressed to fucking kill.
Right.
Okay. So... And I quote, "To this day, trial by combat has never been explicitly banned or restricted as a right in these United States," said David, as he argued that in court. He said it was used as recently as 1818 in British court.
Recently?
The couple has been engaged in court disputes over custody and visitation rights, as well as property tax payments. Yikes. David said his motion also stemmed from frustration with Hudson, who argued that because a duel could end in death, and I quote, "such ramifications likely outweigh those of property tax and custody issues." He's like, I'm going after you too, Mr. Lawyer. And I quote, "It should be noted that just because the U.S. and Iowa constitutions do not specifically prohibit battling another person with a deadly katana sword, it does prohibit a court sitting in equity from ordering same." Hudson wrote, he asked the court to suspend David's visitation rights and undergo a court-ordered psychological evaluation.
Oh,
why you gotta hit him with one of those?
He just wants to get his fight on. Round 2, fight.
Judge Craig, oh Lord, Dreyesmeer, said in a Monday court filing that he won't issue a decision anytime soon, citing irregularities with both sides' notions and responses. I mean, I kind of feel like a psychological evaluation might be...
Maybe.
He's, like, legally saying, like, hey, I want to fucking kill you guys.
Yeah,
you know?
it's pretty intense. I could see if it was like, hey, let's fist fight this out. Maybe if it was like two dudes. Because you can do that here in Washington. If you want to fight somebody, you can call the cops here and have them, like, referee, and you can legally fist fight with people here.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think it's a great idea. I mean,
my God.
People need to punch it out, then get rid of that testosterone rage.
Testosterone.
Testosterone.
You feeling froggy? Just leap, son. Come on. Come on. Oh my God.
Okay. What do I have next? Okay, this is my last one, and it's kind of long. Sorry.
Oh, you good?
It's not really a news article either. It's just a story, so. This person's creepy story about the smiling man will make you never want to walk alone again.
I think I saw this, like, article, like, pop up, but I didn't read it, because I was like, ooh, that looks creepy.
I had to. Walking home at night, usually after a few pints at the pub, when you're not exactly thinking rationally, can often leave you hearing or seeing things that don't exist. Mm-hmm. You start freaking yourself out over a twig moving 300 meters away or some random cat. Try to work out if it's got to the point where you should probably break into a speedy run. But what if it wasn't just your stupid, inebriated mind playing tricks on you? What if someone was actually there?
Well, I mean, like, if they're leaving home from a pub and they're, like, hallucinating, what the fuck you drinking? Absinthe? I don't know.
Right? I don't know where the story came from, but they said pints at the pub and meters, so I'm guessing not the United States. So maybe they got good absinthe.
Hell yeah, fam.
Reddit user Blue Title decided to share their story of a time when exactly that happened. And not only is it going to seriously creep you out, it's also going to make you never want to walk alone at night ever again, pub or no pub.
Great.
In the post, the Redditor says that they used to live downtown in a major city in the States, and as a bit of a night owl would often head out for a walk in the small hours to pass the time. It was a Wednesday, somewhere between 1 and 2 in the morning, the post says, and I was walking near a police-patrolled park, quite a ways from my apartment. It was a quiet night, even for a weeknight, with very little traffic and almost no one on foot. The park, as it was most nights, was completely empty. I turned down a short side street in order to loop back to my apartment when I first noticed him. At the end of a far street, on my side, was the silhouette of a man dancing.
I don't know why that's creepy, but that's honestly kind of creepy.
Yeah, it really is. It was a strange dance, similar to a waltz, but he finished each box with an odd forward stride, so you could say he was dance walking, headed straight for me. Deciding he was probably drunk, I stepped as close as I could to the road to give him the majority of the sidewalk to pass by me. The closer he got, the more I realized how gracefully he was moving. He was very tall and lanky and wearing an old suit. He danced closer still until I could make out his face. His eyes were open wide and wild, head tilted back slightly, looking off at the sky. His mouth was formed in a painfully wide cartoon of a smile. Between the eyes and the smile, I decided to cross the street before he danced any closer.
Nope.
I took my eyes off him to cross the empty street. As I reached the other side, I glanced back and then stopped dead in my tracks. He had stopped dancing and was standing with one foot in the street, perfectly parallel to me. He was facing me, but still looking skyward, smile still wide on his lips. I was completely and utterly unnerved by this. I started walking again, but kept my eyes on the man. He didn't move. Once I had put about half a block between us, I turned away from him for a moment to watch the sidewalk in front of me. The street and sidewalk ahead of me were completely empty. Still unnerved, I looked back to where he had been standing to find him gone.
I hate it.
For the briefest of moments, I felt relieved until I noticed him. He had crossed the street and was now slightly crouched down, I couldn't tell for sure due to the distance and the shadows, but I was certain he was facing me. I had looked away from him for no more than 10 seconds, so it was clear that he had moved fast. I was so shocked that I stood there for some time staring at him, and then he started moving towards me again. He took giant, exaggerated tip-toed steps as if he were a cartoon character sneaking up on someone, except he was moving very, very quickly.
Ew, stop it.
I see you over there freaking out.
Oh, I hate it. Just the visuals. It's just like...
I picture him as like a mime, like a skinny little mime.
Yeah. Kind of like a Joker, like, fucking with you or something.
I'd like to say, at this point I ran away or pulled out my pepper spray or my cell phone or anything at all, but I didn't. I just stood there, completely frozen as the smiling man crept toward me. And then he stopped again, about a car length away from me, still smiling his smile and looking to the sky. When I finally found my voice, I blurted out the first thing that came to mind. What I meant to ask was, "What the fuck do you want?" in an angry, commanding tone. What came out was a whimper. What the fuck?
Oh,
regardless
God.
of whether or not humans can smell fear, they certainly can hear it. I heard it in my own voice, and that only made me more afraid, but he didn't react to it at all. He just stood there, smiling.
Stop it.
And then, after what felt like forever, he turned around very slowly and started dance-walking away, just like that. Not wanting to turn my back to him again, I just watched him go until he was far enough away to almost be out of sight, and then I realized something. He wasn't moving away anymore, nor was he dancing. I watched in horror as the distant shape of him grew larger and larger. He was coming back my way, and this time he was running.
Ew! Stop it! What the fuck are you doing? Run away. Oh, right.
I ran too.
Finally!
I ran until I was off the side of the road and back onto a better lit road with sparse traffic. Looking behind me then, he was nowhere to be found. The rest of the way home, I kept glancing over my shoulder, always expecting to see that stupid smile, but he was never there. I lived in that city for 6 months after that night, and I never went out for another walk. There was something about his face that always haunted me. He didn't look drunk, he didn't look high, he looked completely and utterly insane, and that's a very, very scary thing to see. Absolutely fuck that.
Oh my god! That's crazy. That's a good story.
I wonder if that's true.
You know, it probably is. There's like a lot of like creepy shit out there, but it's also kind of hard to... Is it real? Because, like, if you don't catch it on camera, people are like, it didn't happen.
Even then, even now, if you catch it on camera, it doesn't fucking matter because of what you're going to be talking about in the next episode.
Ooh, yeah.
Video editing.
Yeah.
Don't believe anything. Question everything.
That's right. Pigeons are not real, my friends. Birds.
They're created by the CAA.
Alrighty, so, my last story I picked because of you, Pinky, because you don't like popcorn, and this is a terrifying article.
Uh-oh.
It's called, "Popcorn Stuck in Man's Tooth Leads to Life-Threatening Infection and Open Heart Surgery."
Okay, so I had a piece of popcorn stuck in my little wisdom tooth thing.
Did
I tell you that? Forever.
Uh-uh.
I could not get this thing out.
That's basically, this guy.
Ugh.
Just be careful with, like, whatever you do, man. A 41-year-old British man who attempted to dislodge a piece of popcorn stuck in his teeth using various objects claims he later developed a life-threatening infection that required him to undergo open heart surgery.
The fuck?
Adam Martin, a firefighter and father of 3 from Cornwall, England, said he noticed a piece of popcorn stuck in a back tooth after he and his wife watched a movie in September. For 3 days, he was unable to remove the popcorn. He claims to have used multiple objects: a pen lid, a toothpick, a piece of wire, and even a metal nail. All right, You need to get your tetanus shot, son.
Right. Ugh. I don't think I'm putting nails in my mouth.
No. I mean, he must have been desperate, though. That sounds pretty desperate.
Annoying.
Just to remove the food, but was unsuccessful and even damaged his surrounding gum when doing so. No surprise. A week later, Martin began to suffer from night sweats, fatigues, headaches, all of which he initially thought were signs of the flu, but would later learn were signs of endocarditis, or a infection of the endocardium, the lining of the interior surfaces of the chambers of the heart, according to Healthline. The infection occurs when bacteria from the mouth, skin, intestines, and other areas of the body enters the bloodstream. By October, Martin's symptoms had yet to subside, leading him to see his doctor, who diagnosed him with a mild heart murmur and sent him home.
Oh, they didn't find out. I was like, how does a week go from him having a popcorn to getting an infection in his heart? They didn't know.
Yeah. So, like, it first happened in September, now it's October. Yeah. But when he continued to feel unwell, he went to the Royal Cornwall Hospital. You know, folks, it's always good just to get a second opinion. Just saying.
True that.
And I quote, "I had a feeling that there was something seriously wrong. I was sleeping an awful lot, and I felt terrible," he recalled. "I had aches and pains in my legs, and I just did not feel right at all. I was admitted to the hospital the same day for tests. By this point, I was very worried." Scans of Martin's chest showed his heart was damaged due to infection. He was then transferred to a different hospital where he reportedly underwent a 7-hour open heart surgery, SCU, to repair his mitral valve and replace his aortic valve. I see you over there.
I hate it.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but...
So uncomfortable right now.
My heart was not properly working anymore. It was essentially wrecked. The infection had eaten the valves away, he claimed. If I had gone to the dentist in the first place, then none of this would have happened. At one point, it was touch and go. It was the worst experience of my life, he continued. I wasn't far off death's door, and I'm extremely lucky. The popcorn stuck in my teeth is the only possible cause I can think of. I am never eating popcorn again, and that's for sure.
Or just don't stick fucking rusty-ass nails and wire in your mouth after you do so.
And get, like, a gum infection, and then... It's crazy to think all of this happened because of that. It was something so trivial. So Martin's wife, who's 38 years old, her name is Helen, told the news agency that her husband's infection could have easily been treated with antibiotics if it had been caught sooner. Any sign of a toothache, bleeding gums, an abscess, get it checked out, she advised. Your gums are a bacterial highway to your heart.
I hate it.
Well, children, I hope you are brushing your teeth and flossing. I see you. Make sure you are flossing. I love popcorn so much, though.
I actually have been eating popcorn lately. It's good.
It hasn't been messing your mouth up?
No, I did get that piece stuck in my little wisdom tooth. So I have one wisdom tooth, and I never got it pulled because it's tiny. They said it's like a little canine. I'm just like, whatever, leave it alone. It's not causing any problems. But it's like got a lot of gum around it, so shit gets stuck in there, and I'm gonna have to probably get it pulled.
Yeah, I mean, compared to my wisdom teeth fiasco, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let him put me to sleep. I'm gonna make him pull it right there.
Yeah, I mean, if it's super tiny, you should be okay.
And it's mostly exposed, you know, it's not like a big, deep root.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're welcome. I hope you enjoyed that.
No, not a little. Not even a little.
Oh, man.
It's kind of a long haunted headlines this time.
It was! These are, like, honestly kind of like my favorite.
I like doing this too.
They're so fun. I don't know. Maybe we'll shake things up and do them a little bit more often, but we'll see.
Right. We can always change up the format. It doesn't have to be the same.
I mean, technically we don't really have a formula. I mean, I try and do like a rotation, but really anything kind of spooky scary is up our alley. Or crime. So
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And science.
Science, yep.
I like
Can't
the
forget
science.
your science.
I think our science one is next up, but mine's kind of more conspiracy.
Yes! Yeah, mine's more science-y. Computer science. Your fave.
Mine goes with that too, so.
Yeah. Well, ghosties, I hope you had a blast. I hope you had lots of laughs as well.
And aren't too freaked out about eating popcorn.
Or a creepy smiling man making a running towards you.
Fuck that. Nope.
Big old cup of nope this time.
Mm-hmm. We will see you next week.
We will. Scare you later.
Bye-bye.
That wraps up the Spooky Scary Show. If you've enjoyed this podcast, click that like or follow button. We are available on Spotify, iTunes, and all major podcast streaming services. Spooky Scary Show is an independent podcast with big dreams. So if you would like to show your support, check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/Spooky Scary Show. Also, join in on the conversation. Follow us on Instagram at Spooky Scary Show for science and spooky facts. Scare you later. Spooky.